Hey YouTube, let's talk about RF radiation. So you have a radio and it's transmitting. What is that? What is this that it actually is putting out? Well, it's a type of electromagnetic energy. It's an energy, and there's different types of this energy depending on what frequency that it's at. Um, and on the spectrum, of the entire spectrum of the electromagnetic spectrum, you have on the bottom or of the lower wavelengths such as sonar, and then of course radio bands. You have microwave bands, which will be higher, and then you have infrared, and then you have the visible light spectrum. So you can see that this electromagnetic spectrum is a type of light, just at different frequencies, and we can't sometimes see all these. Like we can't see radio waves, but it is a type of light in a sense. It's just a non-visible light. So with the frequencies right below the visible light, as we said, is infrared, which is more of a heat. That's what we sense. We have a sensation of heat. That's infrared, and then of course the next one above that is our visible light, and then one above that is going to be ultraviolet. Now, ultraviolet light is a lot of the light that maybe come from fusion reactions and so forth. That like from the sun. Like when we get a sunburn, we have exposure to ultraviolet, and above that, would be like X-rays, and above that would be like gamma rays. And so hopefully most of those gamma rays are actually filtered out from our ozone. So what we have here is, just for an example, a microwave. A microwave works on the principle of it's a small, very small wavelength, high frequency, small wavelength, and it works very good when it's transmitting, because a microwave is no different than just a radio transmitter. That's all it is. It just transmits electromagnetic radiation in this little box, and it reflects around because the box is fairly sealed, at least we hope it is, so you don't have exposure to this stuff. And the frequency and the radiation bounces around, and the food that's in the microwave is actually warmed, not because the microwaves are actually warming the actual material itself, the proteins and all this. It's the water molecules are the only thing that's actually warming up, and it's because that those microwave frequencies are vibrating and causing friction with water molecules, and water molecules only. And the water molecules are heating up the food through that friction. So what we're actually we're having this sensation of a warm, whatever we put in the microwave, that piece of food is actually hot and warm because the microwave frequency, that radiation has specifically targeted the water molecules and caused friction with between them. And so that's kind of the same thing we talk about radiation, though. It's a vibrating force that has variable actual size of waves and frequency, which will determine if we see it or we feel it, or if it's going to be something that we can use as a communication device over long distance. So it's a very interesting thing, the electromagnetic spectrum. I invite you to check it out. Thanks again for listening to this basic tutorial. We're going to have some more in the near future. The next one is going to be about radio bands.